Have you ever felt it? You are running faster than ever. You bought the latest phone, moved into the larger apartment, checked every box on the list of success. But then, in the dead of night, you wake up, you look at the person sleeping next to you, and they feel like a total stranger. Our generation, we are masters of optimization. We optimize our calendars, our diets, our careers. We are obsessed with efficiency, but somehow we have completely lost control over our own lives. We build a world where we can reach anyone in a second, yet we have never felt more unreachable. This is the tragedy of the modern soul. We won the race, but we lost the reason for running. Welcome back to the Mindful Path. I am your guide. Let us explore the silence we have been running from. Imagine a man. Let's call him Daniel. He is 41. He is what the world calls successful. But today, on a gray Tuesday afternoon, Daniel is standing in an empty living room. Not a single piece of furniture is left, just the faint, rectangular shadows on the wall, where the pictures of his happy life used to hang. His wife, Elena, she didn't scream when she left. She didn't throw plates. She simply sat across from him with a cup of tea that neither of them drank and said, "I have been waiting for you to come home for 4 years, Daniel. But I finally realized you're never coming back. You died in that office." Daniel tried to argue. He wanted to point the penthouse, the vacations, the jewelry, but his throat was dry because he knew she was right. He had methodically traded away everything that actually mattered for things that merely looked like they did. He was an architect of provision, but a ghost in his own home. He had optimized his marriage into a business transaction, and now the contract was over. Arthur Schopenhauer, the great pessimist, had a name for this. He called it the Hedgehog's Dilemma. Imagine a group of hedgehogs on a freezing winter night. They need warmth. They move closer together, but as they touch, their sharp quills pierce each other. The pain drives them apart. So they spend the night in this agonizing dance, close enough to hurt, far enough to freeze. Is this not our modern love? We are so afraid of the cold of loneliness that we rush into relationships, expecting the other person to save us. We use people as bandages for wounds we refuse to heal ourselves. And the Stoics, they would tell you the most brutal truth of all. Epictetus once said, "Men are disturbed not by things, but by the views which they take of them." Your heart is not broken because she left. Your heart is broken because you built your entire identity on the fragile foundation of someone else's presence. You tried to own a human being the way you own a car or a stock portfolio. And now that they're gone, you realize you have no idea who you are when no one is watching. What do you do when the floor beneath you vanishes? Daniel didn't find the answer in a new relationship. He found it in the ruins. He started waking up at 5:30, not to work, but to sit. He sat in the silence of that empty apartment until the silence stopped being scary and started being a teacher. He discovered the inner citadel. The Stoics taught that there's a fortress inside you. No boss, no economy, And yes, no lover can breach it unless you let them. He practiced Amor Fati, the love of fate, not just accepting the empty apartment, but loving it, choosing to see the rubble as raw material. He realized that success is not a destination. It is a daily practice of integrity. It is the way you make your coffee, the way you listen to your father on the phone, the way you draw a horse with your daughter, even if you're terrible at it. He stopped being an architect of provision and started being a witness. Daniel is still alone. Elena is not coming back, but he is no longer afraid. He has learned to stand in the weather. But there is a darker shadow in this story. 3 weeks ago, his phone rang. A voice from 11 years ago. A voice that belongs to the one person Daniel swore he could never forgive. Because what if the tragedy in your life wasn't your fault? What if you were the victim of a fate that someone else chose for you? How do you find inner peace when the world was intentionally cruel? That is the question for episode 3. Until then, find your silence. It is waiting for you.